Hello and welcome. So in today's video we're going to be looking at the tragic death of three of the Medici women and whether their deaths were from natural causes or were they in fact murdered. So the Medici family was a powerful family in Florence. They had made their money through banking, but then they managed to gain control of the Florence government through strategic marriages and political maneuverings. Four members of the families became popes, and other members married into European royal families. The family then ended up becoming Dukes of Tuscany. So in the 1500s, there were a few deaths with the women in the family. Now, officially, the cause of these deaths, well, at least two of them, the official cause of the deaths were natural causes, but there were rumours of murder. Lucrezia de' Medici was born on the 14th of February 1544. She was the daughter of Cosimo I, Duke of Tuscany, and Eleanor of Toledo. As it was with noble families, potential husbands for Lucrezia were being considered from her childhood. It was planned that Lucrezia would marry Don Pedro, 3rd Duke of Montalto, but that fell through. She was then betrothed to Fabio del Monte, who was the nephew of Pope Julius III, but then this fell through when the Pope died. In the end, on the 3rd of July 1558, Lucrezia married Alfonso d'Este, hereditary prince of Ferrara. Alfonso was meant to marry Lucrezia's eldest sister Maria, but Maria died soon after her engagement from malaria, so Lucrezia took her sister's place. At the time of their marriage, Alfonso was 24 years old and Lucrezia was only 13. But they did not consummate their marriage straight away because Lucrezia's mother had asked Alfonso to hold off until Lucrezia had reached sexual maturity. Now, Lucrezia and Alfonso's marriage wasn't all that happy. After their marriage, Alfonso went to France while Lucrezia stayed in Florence at the request of her mother and waited for Alfonso to come and get her. She wrote him lots of letters, but they went unanswered. She ate very little and she also spoke very little, but she did pray a lot for him. But it was only after the death of his father in 1559 that Alfonso returned to Florence to get Lucrezia and take her to Ferrara, where they became Duke and Duchess. A year after they arrived in Ferrara, Lucrezia was dead. She had been suffering for a month from fever and weight loss, and she also had a constant cough and a permanently bleeding nose. Now, an autopsy revealed that she had died of putrid fever, which modern historians think was pulmonary tuberculosis. But even though Lucrezia's cause of death had been given by the autopsy, rumours did start going around that she had been poisoned. Eleonora, most commonly known as Leonora, was born in March 1553. Her father was Garcia Alvarez de Toledo, Duke of Fernandina. She was born in Florence and raised by her aunt Eleanor and uncle Cosimo, Grand Duke of Tuscany. When she was 15 years old, she was betrothed to her cousin Pietro de' Medici. Leonora and Pietro's marriage was not a happy one, and she began to take lovers. Pietro found out about her lovers, so he took her to a country retreat where he strangled her to death with a dog lead on the 10th of July 1576. The new Grand Duke of Tuscany, Francesco I, who was Pietro's elder brother, approved of his brother's murder of his wife because his wife had committed adultery, and so Pietro went unpunished for this. Isabella de' Medici was born on the 31st of August 1542 in Florence. She was daughter of Cosimo I, Grand Duke of Tuscany, and Eleanor of Toledo. When she was 11 years old, Isabella was betrothed to Paolo Orsini. He was 12 years old and was in line to become Duke of Bracciano. They married when Isabella was 16 years old. Now, Isabella was rather a free-spirited type of woman, and this did cause rumours to go around, saying that Isabella was having an affair with Paolo's cousin. Now, Paolo must have found out about these rumours and possibly thought that they were true, because on the 16th of July 1576, Isabella unexpectedly died. Now, according to Isabella's brother Francesco, the Grand Duke of Tuscany, Isabella just dropped down dead while she was doing her hair one morning. But it is really suspected that Isabella died from being strangled by her husband on the orders of her brother Francesco. There's a little video about the tragic deaths of the Medici women. I think we can definitely say that one of them was most probably murder, and that was Leonora's death. Isabella's death could have most probably have been murder, though it is possible that she did drop down dead, because we do know of sudden death syndrome when your heart just suddenly stops working and you just die. But Lucrezia's death was more likely tuberculosis than any poisoning. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.